I was 10 years old when doctors said that they couldn't help me. Imagine hearing that as a kid. You're 10 years old, you go to the doctor with pain and you expect them to be able to help you. But all their pills, their potions and their surgeries just made my condition worse. What are you supposed to do in that situation? What do you do when doctors can't help you? You suffer for years and years and years. Decades go by with no support, no solutions, nothing, just pain. And millions of people all over the world have this same situation. They go to their doctor and their doctor hasn't got a clue how to help them, or refuses to help them, or even gaslights them and tells them they're even making up their problems because they're drug seeking. What kind of bullshit is that? The medical industry is broken. We've got people suffering, millions, hundreds of millions of people suffering with chronic illnesses that the medical industry has no solutions for. Now, if you break your arm and you're in a car crash or you get shot or whatever, the doctors are amazing at putting you back together. But when you have a chronic health condition, they can keep you alive for longer with their pills and potions and surgeries, but they can't do much else for your symptoms. So what do? You're 10 years old. Nothing we could do was what I was told. I was like, there must be another way. I was 10 years old. I didn't know what to do. I decided that I was going to study medicine. I was going to learn science. I was 10, 11, 12 years old when I really got into chemistry and biology. I started to teach myself chemistry before I even learnt it at school. And as I went through secondary education, I did GCSEs first in chemistry, physics, biology, and maths. And then I did A-levels in chemistry, physics, biology, and maths. And then I did the S-level in chemistry, step level in chemistry. And then I studied chemistry and medicinal biology at Imperial College in London because I needed answers. I needed a way to find a solution to my pain. But what I learned really, really hurt me. There are solutions. There have been solutions to many conditions for decades, but they're illegal. What the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck? How does the government have any right to deny someone suffering a chronic illness that's debilitating and destroying their life? How dare you deny someone treatment when there is options that can help people? Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's right? Do you think that's acceptable behavior to ban a cure? If this sounds conspiracy theory or whatever, it's bullshit. No, this is the truth. And I believe that people have the right to know the truth. There are cures that are suppressed. Think about that for just a moment. People are dying every day. Millions of people are dying every year. Hundreds of millions of people are suffering every year. And there are ways that we can help these people. But these ways are illegal because there's no money in curing people. That's just a fact of life. We're living in a capitalist world. If you heal someone, then they don't need you anymore, and therefore they stop paying you. Do you really think that that's a good business model? That's a great business model. It's the best business model. They make trillions of dollars from your sickness and pain. Oh, you've got cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry you've got cancer. Give us all of your money, all of it, and your house, and your car, sell everything you own, so you can buy this pill for $100,000 or whatever ridiculous price they charge for these drugs. It might work, probably won't, might even kill you, but great for the shareholders, great for the pharmaceutical companies' profit margins. Don't you dare try anything plant-based that might actually cure your condition. Don't you dare. If you try, you'll go to prison. Not only are you sick, but if you try to use a plant to cure your condition, you can go to prison. Do you really want to live in that world? Do you think that's acceptable? To tell a child who's got a brain tumor, sorry, none of our pills and potions and surgeries can save you, you're going to die. And they send the child home to die, and the parents have to make a choice. Do they break the law to give their child a treatment that could save their child's life, but risk them going to prison? What the fuck is wrong with people? Seriously, what the fuck? How does a parent have to make that choice? And a lot of them don't even know they have that choice. But some of them have managed to find out that there are options. And they give their children this cure. And their children that were basically told they were going to die, within weeks are cured. but they have to break the law to do it. The system is designed to keep people alive for longer with their sickness. Patient cured is a customer lost. Trillions of dollars every year spent on medical treatments that barely do anything. Decades on antidepressants and all these other drugs that they mask symptoms. But as soon as you stop taking it, your symptoms come back. I don't want to be on medication my whole life. I want to know, one, why do I have the symptom in the first place? And no doctor's ever told me why. I had to figure it out myself. But you're supposed to go to the doctor because they're supposed to be the people who know everything, but they don't. And stop pretending that they do know everything, because nearly all of the conditions that I've had, and I've been to the doctor and I said, I've got this problem, can you help me? They can't do anything about it, and they can't tell me why the problem exists in the first place. So they have no solutions. What's the point in going to a doctor? If I go to a doctor and I'm sick, I want them to say, okay, we know what's wrong with you. Here we go, and here's a solution. But they don't tell me what's wrong. They offer no solutions. All they have ever done is give me painkillers. Take paracetamol. Do you think I hadn't thought of that, to take paracetamol? Do you think that I haven't been to the chemist and tried paracetamol to cure my chronic pain that I've had for 25 years? I need something else. But doctors don't have a clue. They don't have any options, no solutions, nothing. So I had to figure it out on my own. Years of studying science, trying experiments on myself to find a solution to not be in pain and wanting to die every day. And then I find a solution. And every day I have to make sure that I keep it a secret so that nobody knows that I've cured any conditions, because you can't cure something. There's a chemist, amazing chemist, Alexander Shulgin. He wrote 2 books that he basically published the recipes for all the drugs that help anxiety and depression and PTSD, and he published it all for free. He gave away all the recipes. He gave away all of the structures of all these chemicals, and he was arrested because he gave away the cure, and he didn't sell it for billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. He wanted to help people. You can't help people for free. If you do that, there's something wrong with you and you need to go to prison. That's the world we live in. Do you think that's fair? I don't. I think that there's hundreds of millions of people that can be helped if they know what to do, but they're not taught what to do. They don't teach you in school. They don't teach you in media. They don't teach you on TV or anywhere else. Unless you go specifically to go and learn this stuff yourself, no one's going to help you. No one is coming to save you. You're the only one who can save yourself. And you save yourself by education, by learning about your condition. Research everything you can. We have the internet now. We have AI. We have every tool available to us. But you have to open your mind to the possibility that there's another path that you can go down. If the doctors have no solution for you, try something else. This is why I've built my system, BPM Lifestyle. I built it because I had no choice. I had to build it. I had to fix myself because no one else could do it for me. You have to take responsibility for your own health. It's not the government's responsibility. It's not the doctor's responsibility. It's not your family's responsibility. Your health is your responsibility. And if you don't take responsibility for it, then you will suffer the consequences of not taking care of yourself. And that is the result of the chronic illness epidemic that we currently have in the world. Hundreds of millions of people suffering every day. And they don't have to, but they choose to. And that's the very difficult part of it, is your situation that you're in right now today is a result of the choices that you've made every day for however long you've been alive. And every choice has consequences. Every time you drink an alcoholic drink, you're damaging your body. If you do it occasionally, you're not going to do that much damage. If you do it every single day, you are going to compound that damage over time. If you smoke one cigarette here and there, you're not going to do that much damage. Your body can repair. But you smoke every single day for decades, the damage becomes irreparable and you end up with lung cancer and you die. Same with food. Food is the biggest killer, but we don't ever talk about that. It's never mentioned. It's never accepted. It's talked about a little bit now. We are starting to get people speak up against the processed food industry and all the additives and preservatives and pesticides and all this other shit they pump into you every single day. And what a surprise, we've got chronic illness epidemic. You're eating absolute junk. So the reason I built the BPM Lifestyle is to teach you the basics of biochemistry so you can make better choices every day to support your body's systems with what they need, not with what you want. You have to make distinction between your needs and your wants. You have certain physical needs. Your body cannot exist if you don't have oxygen. It's a fundamental need. You need water. You need food. These are basic, this is not hard to understand. But there are lots of other needs that you have that most people don't even try to meet. And as a result of not meeting those needs, chronic illness develops. But it doesn't have to develop. It develops because you don't know what your needs are, or you actively ignore your needs. But if you really want to be healthy, you have to understand your needs and meet them every day. And people go, oh, I can't afford to be healthy. Being healthy is expensive. But that's not true. That's a negative belief that you have that isn't true. Healthcare is free. Sick care is expensive. It's expensive when you're sick and you have to go and get some ridiculously priced medication or some surgery that's going to cost you $100,000 or whatever else medical treatment that you're doing. It's really expensive to be sick. It's not expensive to look after your health. It's expensive when you don't look after your health. Okay, there are some people born with genetic conditions, like me. I have EDS. Nothing I can do to stop that. It's part of my genetics. It will always be there. But I can make better choices throughout the day in order to support my body so that I can live with this condition better than if I don't care about what I do with my body. So BPM Lifestyle is 21 principles of biochemistry that teach you step by step how to balance your biochemistry with your environment and your genetics so that you can live the best life possible with the body that you have. You can't change your genetics, not yet. We have some genetic editing abilities coming out now with CRISPR, but it's very early days and there's not much hope within the next few years that it will be transformative. And even if they do develop a technique for gene manipulation, it will cost millions. You don't have millions. If you're chronically ill, you don't have millions. You don't have probably any money because you're chronically ill and can't work. But that doesn't mean you can't take care of your health. BPM Lifestyle is free. All the things in the BPM Lifestyle are free, but that requires you to actually do them. But most people don't want to do anything. They want someone to save them. No one's coming to save you. The medical industry want your money. They're not interested in saving you. They need to pay their bills. They've got research bills to pay. They've got shareholders to pay. They need you to be sick. If you're healthy, it doesn't make them any money. So why do they care about your health? Food industry want you to buy their products. They don't care about your health. They want you to buy their products. So they make their products as addictive as possible. And they make them so that you cannot resist. One more. You've got to have one more. You've got to keep eating and eating and eating and eating and eating and eating until you die. That's the way they make all their money. And because you're eating and eating and eating until you're sick, then the pharmaceutical companies come in. Oh, look, we've got this drug that will save you from eating the poison that the food companies make. So you substitute one poison for another poison instead of actually eating what your body is designed to process. Plants. You're not a carnivore. The more meat you eat, the more sick you get. In all the scientific studies we've ever done. And you can ignore science if you want. You can pretend science doesn't exist. But if you do, you're going to be sick. And this may be a little bit harsh. People may not like the fact that I say these things because people don't like the truth. But in the majority of cases, 80% approximately of chronic illness is because of your choices, not because of your genetics. Your genetics play a part, but only a small fraction of like 5% of illness is directly caused by genetics. 15% is influenced by genetics. 80% is your behavior. So you can change your behavior, but you choose not to because it's easier to do what you want. It's easier to just eat junk all day. It's easier to just drink alcohol every day. It's easier to not go to the gym than go to the gym. And the more you pick the easier way, the harder life gets. All you need to do is make a better choice. So the BPM Lifestyle is to help guide you to make better choices. And it's all for free. So why don't you take control of your life, take control of your health, take control of your biochemistry, and take control of your behavior and make better choices so that in the future, if you do get an illness, it's not as bad as it would have been if you don't give a fuck about your health in the beginning. I know it's hard. I used to be massively obese and unhealthy and in pain every day. And it was hard for me to change my lifestyle. I don't want to say, oh, lifestyle's it's all genetics, lifestyle has nothing to do with it. It's absolutely rubbish. Even a genetic condition can be influenced by lifestyle because epigenetics means your genes react to your environment. So if you change your environment, you change your genes. You change your food, you change your genes. Gene expression is controlled by environment. That's what epigenetics is. So even with a genetic condition, you can do things to improve your health. So I don't care what illness you have, you can make better choices in your life that can improve your health. You can do this alongside medical treatment. The BPM lifestyle is not a cure-all for everything. Neither is medical industry. They don't cure anything either. I'm not talking about curing a condition. I'm talking about balancing your biochemistry so that your body can put itself in a position where it has better ability to heal itself. You have more power in you than you believe. You have the power to heal your body. The placebo effect is well known in science, where you can give someone a sugar pill, but you tell them that this is a miracle cure for their condition, and a significant number of people are cured because of their imagination. They make up the cure. The same thing happens the other way around. You can imagine an illness that's not real and manifest actual physical symptoms. Your mind is so powerful, but we're never taught how to control the mind. We're just controlled by the media. The media tells you what to think and how to feel and how to behave. You're never taught the real truth of how the universe works, how the body works, how the brain works. None of this is taught generally unless you specifically seek out that information. And most people don't seek out the information, so they never learn. And as a result of that, they're a victim of the corporations who control you with chemical manipulation. Food is chemical manipulation. The drug industry is chemical manipulation. You're basically a chemistry set, and they're playing with you, and they're using you to make money because they know how your body works, and they know how to control your addictions and how to control your conditions so that you stay sick but stay alive. They manage your symptoms, but they don't cure you. And if you ever mention a cure, then you can end up in serious trouble. So there's a lot of things I can't talk about on YouTube, because if I did, I'd probably get the channel banned. But in my private course, the BPM Lifestyle course, I can talk about whatever I want because it's privately hosted. So I can give you the truth. The truth is that your body can heal from a huge range of conditions that the medical industry can't cure because they're based on your behavior and your environment, not just your genetics. You change your environment, you change your behavior, you change your thought patterns, your mindset. You can heal from things that the medical industry has no answers for. But you have to take control. You have to believe in yourself. You have to understand your power. It's not fair that millions of people die every year for no reason other than the fact that they've never been helped. No one's ever offered them a solution. No one's ever offered them anything other than management of symptoms. And it's great that we have these tools to manage symptoms, but there are other things that you can do alongside this treatment to enhance your life. If you've got a problem in your health, a pill isn't going to fix you. A pill can manage a symptom long enough for you to try and fix yourself. Not everything is reversible. There are things that you are not going to be able to cure. And I'm not saying that this is a cure for anything, but I'm saying that you can improve the quality of your life with any condition. Quality of life is relative, and your mindset is so important to how you feel and how you behave. And if you learn tools and strategies and give your body what it needs, you're in a far better place than you are with no help at all. No doctor's ever explained anything to me about why I've experienced any of the symptoms that I've ever had. No wonder we've got such a massive problem with health, because the people we go to for our health advice don't give us any health advice. They give us sickness advice. Oh, you've got diabetes, here's some insulin. I mean, it's great. It keeps the diabetes patient alive, but it doesn't fix the diabetes. And if it's type 2 diabetes, it can be cured. Type 1 is more difficult because it's an autoimmune disease that's attacking the actual cells in the pancreas. But type 2 diabetes is all about your diet and lifestyle, 100%. And there's 100 million people in it, just in America alone, with type 2 diabetes that you're causing to yourself. I know that's hard to hear, but that's the truth. Virtually all heart disease is caused by your behavior. Most cancers are caused by your behavior. Not all, but a significant proportion of cancer is caused by your behavior. But if you're not willing to change your behavior, you're not going to be able to be cured. And it's sad to see so many millions of people die. Every day, 150, 170,000 people die every day. And at least more than half of them are dying because of their own behavior, because they don't know any better, or they refuse to change their behavior. They know that they should do better. They know that they're poisoning themselves and eating shit and whatever, but they just don't care. That's the sad part, is that people just don't care about their health. And if you do manage to improve your health by some way, then everyone shames you and ostracizes you for then being healthy. Oh, you don't drink alcohol, you're a weirdo freak. I don't drink alcohol because it's a poison, and drinking poison is stupid. That's why I don't drink it. I'm a chemist. Why would I drink poison on purpose? That just is utterly ridiculous to me. Why would I do that? And then complain that I'm sick? No, just no. But if I don't drink alcohol, people think there's something wrong with me, when it's them that's the one that's drinking poison, and the one who refuses to drink the poison is the one that's stupid and ill, or an ex-addict, or whatever they want to call you. That you're regarded as a weirdo if you don't eat poison, drink poison. That just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Society doesn't make any sense. We have this information available. All of it is free online. You can go online and learn all this stuff for free. It's on YouTube. But people choose not to. They choose to ignore all the science papers. There's millions of papers that are published on health and biology. Every year there's papers, showing the causes of disease, but people just ignore them. Why? Anyway, this video is too long already. So if you're still here now, big respect to you. You actually care about your health. And if you really do care about your health, come and join my course, BPM Lifestyle, where I'll teach you everything I've ever learned in 35 years of studying science to help you heal your body. There's a link in the description for the website and for my free BPM Lifestyle guide. It's 21 steps that will change your life, guaranteed. No matter what condition you have, it will change your life if you do the things. I can't force you to do them, but I can offer them to you for free, and you can learn them and do them if you're ready to change your life. But if you're not ready to change, then there's nothing I can do to help you. But hopefully this might spark something in you, that there is possibility. I never thought I'd live pain-free. I thought I'd be in pain forever. If I listened to doctors, I'd still be in pain. But I didn't listen to doctors. I actually listened to myself, my intuition, my higher mind. And I studied things that people are not allowed to study because plant medicine is illegal. But it healed me. My depression is gone. My chronic pain is gone. I'm not obese anymore. I don't have asthma anymore. All these things have gone. They're not part of my life anymore. And I don't want them to be part of your life anymore. Why should people suffer from depression and anxiety when the cures existed for thousands of years? Why? So the companies can make billions of dollars from selling you pills? Do you think that's a great option for you? No, it's not. Do you think that the government denying you access to medical treatment that can cure your condition is right? No, it's not. No matter how well you look at it, denying someone medical treatment that can save their fucking life because of some bullshit rule made 55 years ago by Richard Nixon, fuck off. Anyway, that's enough for this little rant. I hope this has opened your mind a little bit to understand that you have more power than you know. This medical industry should be healing people, but they don't. And that's really, really sad. And I don't want to watch people suffer. I don't want to see the pain in the world all the time when I know there's a solution. So come and join my course and I'll teach you everything I know. And maybe I'll heal you too. Good luck.